go back. I know it was in November, and here we are in late January. If you can recount the events as you remember as vividly as you possibly can.
Yeah, I can remember. It wasn't too long ago. I was leaving one of my real estate job sites in the inner city, wrapping it up for the day. It was about 5:15. Took me about 45 minutes to get home. So I'm proud to go home. Shannon, something I want you to know is when they say it's an affluent neighborhood, it's one of the most wealthiest neighborhoods in Ohio.
Wow, congrats.
And my house is the best house in the
That's what I'm talking about.
Because
come on now.
I designed it from scratch. I'm an architectural designer. I bought the land, I financed the land, designed it from scratch, and I built it from the ground up using all my resources. So proud to come home. I'm pulling up, checking out my Christmas lights we just put up for the holiday season. And there happens to be a lady in the driveway with 2 kids. So I don't think nothing of it. Kids coming in and out my house all the time. I got kids, got a family over here. I don't think nothing of it. I think she's looking for the front door. I say, hey, are you looking for somebody? She doesn't answer. She then proceeds to go to the porch. So I'm like, okay, so she's probably coming over. So I pull in the driveway. I'm about to park, and she rings the doorbell and comes to the front of the front porch and stops me and says, do you live here? And I said, yeah, I live here. She said, well, I don't think so. So I said, well, what are you doing here? She says, I don't think you live here. Picks the kid up, drops the stroller, hops off the porch, starts running, and I hear screaming, yelling for help. At that point, now I'm in fear. I'm in fear because I know what we face as Black men in America. So I rush to the garage, park in the garage, come in the house. My wife's in the office. I said, babe, some white Caucasian lady.
Yeah, I know he probably did not say some white. Yeah, you're like some white man. Yeah, I'm saying.
She just jumped off our front porch, screaming, yelling for help. I don't know if she's gonna call the police. I'm pacing back and forth. I don't know what's about to happen. 6 p.m., regular day. We pacing back and forth. I don't, at this point, I'm like, I don't know what's about to happen. She comes back before the police gets here. I don't want to go outside. I don't want to go outside with them outside. And the police pulls up, and I don't know what's going to pop off. If the police pull up, altercation happen, anything could happen. Right. I know they're going to side with them. So my wife's come outside, and she just wants to figure out what's going on because she's in shock. And I'll let her say how she ended up coming outside or whatnot.
Okay, when he
came home and he said, there's
I was going to ask you. He comes into the house. He says, babe, there's a white lady standing on our porch. She's running, yelling, screaming. I don't know what this is about. And so what's going through your mind when he explains what he just encountered?
I was in my office working and I'm confused. I'm not understanding what's going on. Like, what do you mean there's a white woman running, screaming for help? Screaming for help for what? He's like, I don't know. And immediately my heart dropped. I'm like walking and pacing back and forth. Like, okay, just wait. Okay, well, what happened? Nothing. I was just pulling in the house. And I'm like, what is she screaming for? He's like, I don't know. And I'm like, are you, what? What? And I keep opening up the door because I feel like the police is going to come here. Somebody is about to come here. And I don't know what's going to happen. I don't even know what fully happened. I didn't hear.
Hey, look, I ain't gonna lie, man. As a Black person, I'm like, I don't want police anywhere near me or around me. I just don't. It's just maybe it's ingrained in me. I don't know. I'm just not like a fan of like, oh yeah, I just love having the police around. Like, now if I need the police, yeah, be around, but I'm not just I don't want police at my house ever. Like, no, I ain't. It's not the cop hangout. Yeah,
I didn't hear anything. I'm in the house working.
So
and so I kept opening up the door, and that's when I came out.
So she did end up calling the police.
She did end up calling the police.
Yes.
I'm telling. Hey, look, man. women weaponize the police, not just white women, but just in general.
Okay.
What was the crime? What was the crime?
So let me ask you a question. Now, this happened in November. The video just recently got released. What caused you guys to release? Because I'm glad this is on Ring camera.
If it wasn't on Ring camera, it'd be game over.
Because you're absolutely right. Had this not been captured on camera, on video, we already know the story that was going to be told and how it was going to be spun. But you guys had it on camera. What made you guys finally decide to release it?
Well, I actually released the video in our community Facebook group.
Oh.
We have a community Facebook group, about 500 or so people. And ever since I've been like, we've been shattered. We've been upset. It's so many different factors and so many different feelings. So many different feelings. I put the video in our community Facebook group to share what happened. And it took a lot for me to do that. And then we woke up and the videos everywhere.
That's exactly how it works, man. That's exactly how it works.
You know what's funny? It's one thing to experience racial profiling in public. You know, in public, I'm sure we all have stories where it happens in that setting. But for it to happen in your own home, it can be unsettling. It could be uncomfortable, especially when it comes to a place that you call a place of peace that we can all get away from, from the outside world. Has that affected your sense of security and trust in the neighbors? And have you reconciled in any way with the neighbor who caused these issues?
Of course, there's a lack of trust.
Look, crazy paranoid Karen walks on my house, accuses me of not living there, then calls the police on me saying I'm chasing her.
Of course, it makes us feel unwelcome and unsafe. We have 2 boys, and he leads our family. He protects our family. So to know that we can't go walk the dog or someone looking at us is what's going to happen. It's a lot of weight. It's a lot of pain. And it's a lot of emotion.
I can steer.
And he's desensitized to this.
I steer.
Now, we do have a picture of this. We have a video of this lady's grandmother and what she did. What the hell? What these? Oh, I know what this is. Of this lady's grandmother, what she did back in the day. This might be an ancestor clip right here. You like, oh my God, what the hell is going on? What is going on? Well, just wait. Just wait. Some people never seen this scene before. This art imitating life, imitating art.
Nigga! It was a nigga! He broke in my house and he beat me up! It was a nigga! It was!
Hey, let's go get the boys! Let's go get the boys! Let's go get the boys. Now, if you saw this, good for you. Good for you. But anyway. Anyway, that shit, hey, I can only play that like once.
To hear it in your voice.
So, of course, not once have we got, I thought the next day maybe there would be some flowers at the door saying, not once has this person reached out to us to give us a sincere apology.
Wait, whoa.
HOA.
I reached out to HOA immediately after it happened.
Nobody said anything?
Immediately after it happened, I reached out. HOA ghosted me.
Wow.
Well, you got to think, right? They just moved into this neighborhood. I tell you guys, never move in a place with HOA.
For lack of better words.
Can I ask you this? Prior to that night, prior to that incident, had you ever seen this woman prior to this incident?
I've been in the neighborhood for 3 years. I built the house from the ground up. I know the developers in the neighborhood. I lived in the front of the neighborhood while I built the house. I walked to the job site every day. So have I seen her eye for eye? No. I've walked by their house and seen them on the front porch.
So she see
when they came, I didn't recognize.
Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead.
I didn't recognize them, but I was going to say it's a 90% or more of the neighborhood is predominantly Caucasian. So we're one of Black families in the neighborhood.
And our house sits all the way in the back of the neighborhood, and the people ride by and take pictures every day. And there's a lot of publicity with our house. So it really was, it was shocking, but they stay to themselves in the neighborhood.
Let me ask you this. When you walk up and you ask, what can I help you with? And she says, is this your house? You say, yeah. And she says, I don't believe you. When someone tells you they're standing on your porch, bro, and they tell that's not their problem.
That's a test, man. That literally is a test because you have to keep your composure because you don't want her to Rosewood your ass. You like, look, man, I seen Rosewood. I seen how that shit play out. I ain't trying to get Rosewood.
Nigga! It was a nigga! He broke in my house and he beat me up.
Now look, the crazy thing is they was in the house when it happened. She just was like, they sit back like, she really about to do this shit. Yeah, she did that shit. And they hung that ninja.
Property. And they tell you that this is not your property. What went through your mind when someone is standing on your porch and they say, well, you don't live here?
Well, that's when I was battle tested as a Black man, as a man that been to prison, that's, had to transition and learn how to put pride and ego to the side and control your emotions.
Okay.
That's when that kicked in. That was the ultimate battle test. Because in my mind, I said the audacity of her. That was in my mind, but I had to control my emotions in the moment because I knew where it could have escalated at. I'm thinking, well, what if she had a gun?
Correct.
Would she have been running or would I have been running?
Is this a situation? Because now she said, well, you have to see it from my point of view. No, I don't need to see anything from your point of view when you stand on my porch. But for her to say, well, you didn't say, well, I really live here. I live here. I don't have to identify myself. This is mine. Why do I have to tell you who I am when you standing on my property?
This is so effing true, man. Look, it has never happened to me, but yeah. I mean, I think y'all get the gist of where this is going. I mean, we could play a little bit more, but it is rather long. Let's see what this highlight is right here.
So going places where we could be surrounded by more people that look like us.
Okay, so he's a developer. He talks about building houses, single family houses, to maybe building a community.
Man. So let me ask you a question. What was your relationship with the neighborhood? Did you have any interaction with your neighbors, like to the left of you, in the front of you, to the back of you? What's the neighborhood like? I know you mentioned it's a very affluent neighborhood. There are wealthy people that live there. You mentioned $1 million homes. What's the relationship with you in the community other than with this said individual?
So it's the wealthiest neighborhood. And they got a saying that once you reach a certain tax bracket, race doesn't matter.
That's a lie.
It's even if you in a coupe ninja, you still a ninja in a Tesla. I'd be like, hey, but hey, ninja, know your place.
So it's a lie, but people say that. So everybody out here, majority of people out here, they walk every day. They take pictures of our house. They say hi. You can ask people in the neighborhood. Those people are not friendly. They don't say hi. They don't take too many walks. They don't walk their dog. They stay in their house. They are standoffish.
Mm.
So the neighborhood is friendly,
But
I don't know about them.
she said something very
We
interesting.
participate in.
Go ahead, ma'am.
I was just going to say we participate in community events, and for the most part, the neighborhood is friendly. She posted videos after this happened, and the neighbors brought it to us because they put 2 and 2 together. So that's how we even found out that they knew about it.
She mentioned to you, as you was walking up, you have to see her point of view. She's walking her kids.
Man, fuck her point of view. Who cares about her point of view? I don't care what it looks like to you. I'm pulling up to my goddamn house.
It's late at night. If you're that afraid, why are you out at night walking your kids if you as afraid as you say you are? Did that cross your mind? Like, well, if you say you're afraid, why are you out here in the dark by yourself? You're married, your husband's not with you, and you got a small child. So it can't be that dangerous. You can't be that fearful of your life if you choose at night to walk a child.
Cause she wasn't. It's the playbook. We know the playbook. Oh, I was scared for my life. That's literally like a default for a lot of people, even cops. When they I wonder why I was looking like I'm half lit. One of my lights ain't on. When they pull that BS. Oh, I was scared for my life. Oh my God, my light just deregistered. What a day. Anyway, we just gonna stay with half light. I was like, something off with my face. But it's the playbook. I was scared for my life. Oh, you were? All right, cool. You out of here then. All right, peace. So, but anyway, this is the story. Shout out to Shay Shay for getting it. Shay Shay was actually accused. Shannon Sharp was accused of race baiting. But I think if you think race didn't play a part, I think you may be a bit naive. I understand he may be of a fair skin complexion, but the dreads are very the dreads are dreading. Dreads are dreading. You got a paranoid prejudice, Karen. I'm not gonna go out and say she's racist, but she just comes off as prejudice. She came off as prejudice to me, but I'm sure other people may feel some different type of way. But let me know what you think, man, in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. And if you want to see the whole video of her and her husband's interview, head on over to the Resilient Father channel on YouTube for that.